Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Dr. Elmar Jung and you are listening to Elmar's Tooth Talk. Elmar's Tooth Talk starts with a series of short videos as the precursor for my podcast, which will launch in mid-April. And I'm already very excited about it because I've done it in Germany already at 50 episodes for my German audience and thought it's time to bring this into the English language as well so that you can benefit from this too. Now in this video series, I share my take on different topics, obviously topics such as the Corona COVID-19 pandemic, and I also give you tips in my capacity as health consultant, how you and your family can stay safe and healthy in times of a crisis like this, and why it is so important to educate yourself, and not only yourself, also your children about their oral health. And that will also be a part of the podcast where I talk a lot about children, what you can do, how you can protect them in terms of oral health and orthodontics as well. Now, if we look into the Corona crisis, and I have to say, to be perfectly honest, isn't it confusing? Do you really destroy the world economy to save some 10,000 lives? I think this is quite worth asking. Some people even wonder that even if 40% of the population have the virus and the death rate is about 3%, does this warrant an economic destruction? And if we look to France is no longer permitting journalists to cover stories without governmental permission. So they first need to ask the government whether they can actually look into stories, write about them before they do that. And then they need to give it to their editors, which they must do anyway. But the editors, they not only do they have to improve the story, before they publish, they then have to seek permission again from the government. So that sounds a bit like we only want you to publish things that are okay at the present moment, rather than we want you to cover whatever you think is interesting. And so some people even say that this is a manufactured crisis just to further a global agenda. And yes, absolutely, of course it is tragic if someone dies from a viral or bacterial infection. Well, actually, every death is tragic. However, we need to ask these individuals, have they all been healthy before they got infected by the virus? Or have they been suffering from multiple ailments even before they got the virus? And how old are they when they conducted the virus? In Italy, for example, less than 1% of the dead that died from the coronavirus, supposedly, they had no recorded precondition. Only 1% had no recorded precondition. And almost 75% had 2 or more. So they already were, in a way, had a reduced immune system to respond to that virus. And then the test itself is said that it's neither perfect nor has it been validated what normally these kind of tests have to be done, and that therefore it results in many false positive results. Other voices, such as Dr. Thomas Cowan, he discusses the possibility of the virus outbreak being connected with 5G. So he claims that Wuhan, where the virus had its first outbreak, is also the first city that was 100% covered by 5G. And it was covered 100% only a few weeks before the outbreak. Others talk about some international war games, or not war games, military games that took place in Wuhan, also just a few weeks before the outbreak of the coronavirus. And that would make it the ideal place to spread such a disease if you wanted to do that intentionally. Now, they even say don't use cash, because on those paper notes you could then get the virus from. So better go cashless. On y soit qui mal y pense, the French would say, ein Schelm, wer Böses denkt, die Deutschen. So that is enough Corona for today, I would say. I go back and get a Bex. No, I'm just kidding. However, the entire scenario definitely bears some food for thought. And yeah, we shouldn't just take for granted what we read in the papers. We have to make our own thoughts and our own inquiries. And okay, well, let's let it be with that and go to the practical part, how you and your family can stay safe and healthy in times of a crisis like this. So we look into what you should avoid and why I recommend certain things. Now, the good news already is that for pregnant women, and that is published in PubMed research articles. So for pregnant women, the coronavirus, it says, is not affecting the unborn. And I think that's already a very good news, so that the pregnant women don't have to be overly concerned about their unborn. Another thing that obviously I have to say for legal reasons, that what I discuss here, these health tips and whatever I say, I do that in my capacity as a health consultant, and nothing I say here, please don't take it as medical or dental advice, and it shouldn't be construed as such. It's always best if you seek the advice of a professional health consultant for the relevant disease or symptoms that you're suffering before you make any changes, whether that's changes to your diet, changes to your medication, the drugs you're taking, your lifestyle, the fitness regime, any changes at all. Coming back to Corona for a little bit, because there is a medication that you can take or that the doctor can give you if you actually think that you have the diagnosis of Corona or COVID-19, and that is hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine. They have been researched, and it is said that they can help treat COVID-19. So does vitamin C, as we know from the Chinese importing tons and tons of vitamin C infusions. And if you take 0.75 grams of vitamin C per kilogram body weight over a period of 3 to 5 days, that is definitely helping and giving your immune system a fantastic boost to cope with that infection. Obviously, it's very, very important that we do preventative measures, which is washing our hands and disinfect them. What can you do at home? What are the most important things at home? Well, I think the most important thing is that you stay well hydrated. And to stay well hydrated, you need good, clean water, and therefore you need a good water filter. We use a water filter from Berkey. It is affordable, it's mobile, comes in different sizes, so whatever size your family is, you can choose the right one for you, and is always in the top range of reviews. They even have a shower head that you can put on so that you don't shower yourself in chlorine or the other stuff that comes out of the tap water. Diet is obviously a biggie, and the biggest enemy here is white sugar, is the grains and dairy, because we don't often know where they come from, the sources, and oftentimes there's GMO in it. What I do in the morning is I have a morning drink with a mix of oranges, kiwis, and lemons, and that is a real vitamin C booster. Another good juice is celery juice, which acts as a stomach harmonizer. So whether you have too much or too little stomach acid, that is really a good one to start with. For your oral health, you can swish with essential oils, with Celtic sea salt or bicarbonate soda. Oil pulling is a good thing to do. And very, very important, tongue scraping. Because in the tongue, that is where the bacteria sit. It's very, very important that you do that at least once a day so that those bacteria really go away, and the best time obviously to do that is before you go to bed. Nasal inhalations are a really good thing to keep your sinuses healthy and clean, and best to do that with essential oils such as eucalyptus, tea tree, thyme or lavender. Fresh air and sunshine help a lot. They really do good. Reducing Wi-Fi, EMF and geopathic stress is very important. And obviously stay active, go for a walk, be outside, or have a rebounder. A rebounder is fantastic to activate your lymph system. And if it comes to supplements, there are a couple that are very important. So it's vitamin C, and best you take liposomal vitamin C. If you want to go the natural route, black currant, red pepper and kiwi have a lot of vitamin C. Vitamin D, I recommend 5,000 international units per day to strengthen your immune system. And it's good to have your vitamin D levels tested so that you know how much you have. It's also important to know whether your receptors are active or not. And you can take wild salmon, cod liver oil. Magnesium, very important. You have it in spinach, Swiss chard or dark chocolate, and you should take about 800 milligram a day. Take 400 before you go to sleep. Zinc, 50 milligram of zinc, and best to take it with food because it can upset your stomach. It's a lot in pumpkin seeds, in hemp seeds, grass-fed beef or lamb. And I also take a tablespoon of linseed oil because it's rich in omega-3. Sleep, a very big thing. Have your mobile phone turned off and outside your bedroom, and turn your Wi-Fi off. These are things that really affect your sleep. Breathe deeply. Deep breathing is fantastic to reduce your anxiety. It improves your blood flow and it increases your energy levels. So really deep breathing from your diaphragm, not just from your chest. One point that is often overlooked is our emotions, especially now in a time of crisis where when we look around, is fear everywhere, is anxiety, and this is uncertainty and doubt. Uncertainty and doubt lower our immune system. They open us up for even more health threats, and we spiral down into a vulnerable state, which makes us more vulnerable to actually catch these bugs. The thoughts we think, that's what the body reacts to. And what can you do for your children? Well, if you still breastfeed, keep going breastfeeding because that's the best thing you can do. If you don't breastfeed, keep them off sugar. No juices, no cereals because the grains are often GMO. Yogurt, you need to see where the dairy is sourced from and keep them off Wi-Fi and EMF. Have a good oral hygiene for them introduced. And yeah, as I said in the very beginning, I will come back to children's health in another video or definitely in a broadcast to really help you get information about that. Okay, that's it for today. I'll be back on Wednesday with some more tips to keep you and your family healthy. I hope you enjoyed that and there was something for you that you haven't known before and was a good tip for you to implement in your daily regime. And to help you with the current situation, we are offering special rates for our online consultancy. So if you're interested in that, please email us on contact us at dr-m elmar-jung.com, or call us on UK, that's 0044 7852, I just need to remember, 7852 434 900. And check out my website, that's dr-elmar-jung.com. And also my latest book, Shut Your Mouth and Open Wide. If you like it, please leave a review on Amazon. There are already 14 5-star reviews on it. So yeah, it would be great to see yours there again. Okay, thank you very much. That's it for today. I'll see you back on Wednesday.